We live in a world where masculinity is dwindling. Every day, men see anti-male propaganda about how masculinity is toxic and about how men are all rapists. Of course, most people know that healthy masculinity is a good thing and that these weird SJWs are insane. But even so, many of the things you're doing every single day are destroying your masculinity. They're sapping your willpower, your confidence, and your aggressive drive. In short, these 5 habits must be cut out of your life for good. 1. Having no purpose. He who has a why can bear almost any how. Friedrich Nietzsche. Most men aimlessly wander around the world, being blown about like a leaf in the wind. Do you know what I say to that? Fuck off. Seriously, fuck off with that nihilistic bullshit. My anger aside, when we get to the core of nihilism, ultimately we will find cowardice. That is it. A first-year philosophy student could easily debunk whatever edgy nihilism is in vogue these days. What's important, however, is that you have a purpose. So with that in mind, what is your purpose? When you live without a purpose, you are reactive. Everything you do in life is to avoid pain. When you live with a purpose, however, you actively seek out your goals because they have meaning. Find your purpose, cultivate it, develop it, and don't ever let it go. 2. Masturbating constantly. Most men jerk off at least 3-4x a week. In fact, I'd believe that most men probably masturbate once a day. What they don't realize is that they're literally destroying their masculinity. All of that drive, all of that ambition, and all of that dominant, assertive energy is literally being wasted away when you're a chronic masturbator. Don't believe me? Try to abstain from porn and masturbation for a week. Just 1 week, then see how you feel. When most guys undergo the no-fap journey, they're astounded that they've been living in a haze for their entire lives. Personally, I've been on the no-fap bandwagon for over 5 years now. That's how powerful I believe it is. I won't go into the science here because it doesn't matter. What matters is that you try it for yourself. See how you feel after just 1 week of abstinence. And yes, you can fuck a girl. They're different things, and your body knows the difference through pheromones, touch, sight, and smell. 3. Victimizing yourself. For some reason, it's extremely popular nowadays to victimize yourself. People line up in droves to argue over who's the most oppressed. Well, I'm going to tell you some cold, hard truth. You're not oppressed. Nope, there it is, I said it. You're not fucking oppressed. You live in an age of abundance. You live in an age where you are literally reading my thoughts, typed onto a digital representation of a piece of paper from thousands of miles away. So tell me again, how the fuck are you oppressed? You want to see oppression? Go to the Middle East where women can't even drive. Go to North Korea where failing to properly dust a picture of Kim Jong-un will land not just you, but your children and your grandchildren in the work camps, where you'll probably die. None of you are oppressed, but those of you who oppress yourselves. In the immortal words of Eleanor Roosevelt, nobody can make you feel inferior without your consent. You are not victimized. Man up, make a plan, and move out. 4. Indecisiveness. Most men nowadays are completely indecisive. Do you know what this would have gotten you 5,000 or even just 500 years ago? It would have gotten you killed. For years, men were the decision makers of their lives. You didn't have food. You had to go hunt it. You had to decide where you were going to hunt, when you were going to hunt, what you were going to hunt, and how you were going to hunt. If you didn't, you would literally die. You would die of starvation. Now, the only thing you really need to decide is which shitty 9-5 job you want to be compliant at. For me, though, no. That's not a life worth living. And if you're reading this, I'm sure it isn't for you either. The truth is that being decisive will change your life. It's the single most important characteristic in a man, the ability to decide what you want and to go after it. So what is it that you want? As I've said before, success really only comes down to doing 3 things. Decide what you want. Make a plan to get it. Execute the plan. Then, if the plan doesn't work, repeat step number 2 ad infinitum. This is what separates the winners from the losers. The winners are relentless. 5. Being an island. John Donne said it best when he said that no man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent. How true these words are. Do you realize that every day you're putting influences into yourself that might be hurting you? Take a look at some of these things here and ask yourself how many you're doing each day. Masturbating, watching junk TV, eating garbage food, hanging out with users and losers, reading junk magazines, spending hours on social media. Most people indulge in these things for at least a few hours a day, at least. Is it any wonder why most people are unsuccessful when they're constantly feeding their minds with bullshit? Of course not. There's a reason why the masses of people are losers, and it's because they train to be losers. Success doesn't happen in a vacuum. Success happens from years of exposing yourself to the right influences. You have junk food in your house. Throw it out. You watch dumb TV shows. Stop watching them. You hang around losers who lie and steal. Throw them out of your life. You truly are the product of the 5 people you hang around the most. So start acting like it.